And it's time now for our Blast from the Past. We're going to take our time machine way back in time to September 4th, 1977. And if my calculations are correct, and they always are, Heather admitted to being 40 years old. Not yet. You're going to be 40, right?
I'm going to be.
So
in September.
Oh, thank you. So for this race, September 4th, 1977, this woman, this 40-year-old Puma next to me, was a mere 5-year-old. I lied. Was it 5 or 3?
I would have been, no, 6. I was born in 71. So much for the mathematicians here.
We're not too bright, but we're fun to watch. Anyway, here's Mark Bachrod with a look back at the 1977 race featuring the great Ramblin Willie.
A Big B takes you behind the scenes in harness racing. Sunday, September 4th, one of the finest field of pacers assembled during the 1977 harness racing season. A field capable of challenging Oil Burner's track record of 155. Track announcer Roy Schutt is at the microphone.
The big go committee man rushes into a quick lead. Umbro Ranger alongside his second. Town Drunk is third. Ramblin Willie, fourth. Meadow Blue Chip and High Hope Rick. As they battled for the first quarter, Joe Bryan takes Umbro Ranger into the lead, and Ramblin Willie's coming right alongside. Umbro Ranger on top. Ramblin Willie is sliding up on the outside and coming fast. They're by the first quarter in an even 28. By the stands the first time, Ramblin Willie has taken over the lead. Umbro Ranger is second. Committee Man is third by 4. Town Drunk fourth. Meadow Blue Chip fifth. High Hope Rick. Ramblin Willie on top as they go to the clubhouse turn. Seems comfortable up there by a length and a quarter. Umbro Ranger second. Committee Man is third in that order as they go into the half mile behind Ramblin Willie. Now Town Drunk is moving out. There he goes up on the outside. They're by the half in 57. Up the backstretch, Ramblin Willie. Umbro Ranger's hanging right in there. Town Drunk is moving up, gaining on the outside third. Committee Man is fourth. Now Meadow Blue Chip making a move to the outside. High Hope Rick is the trailer. Meanwhile, Ramblin Willie doing just that, rambling along on top by a length and a quarter. Umbro Ranger's going to make his move. Now Committee Man, Eddie Davis, got room along the rail. Into the three quarters, Ramblin Willie in 1:26.1. Coming to the top of the stretch, Ramblin Willie with that lead. Bob Farrington looking over his shoulder as he sees Joe Bryan coming with Umbro Ranger. Ramblin Willie in the stretch now. Umbro Ranger's making a challenge on the outside. Ramblin Willie's there. Umbro Ranger and coming Meadow Blue Chip. But it's Ramblin Willie hanging in there. Umbro Ranger coming up. Ramblin Willie on top.
Ramblin Willie, with Bob Farrington driving, wins the 1977 General Mad Anthony. The time, a new track record, and a world record for an aged gelding, 154.3. This has been a Big B TV production.
Well, that was such a serious heat at the old historic Brandywine Raceway that even you, at your tender age of single digits, whatever that was, would have enjoyed that race, right?
Oh, yes. Brandywine Raceway. Everybody knows about Brandywine. Such a shame that it's closed. There is a gentleman, though, who has a very personal relationship with the track, and he's a historian, and he is on a mission, and Steve got to talk to him earlier.
We're here with a gentleman named Mike Wirtschafter, and Mike has an interesting endeavor he is trying to pull off, and I'm going to let Mike tell you all about that. Mike, first of all, tell us what you're trying to do with Brandywine Raceway with respect to the state of Delaware.
Well, Brandywine Raceway was built by my great-grandfather, Nathan Miller, in 1952, and it was run by my grandfather, Howard Miller, from 1953 to 1983. I'm in the process of attempting to get both inducted in the Delaware State Sports Hall of Fame for what they did for Brandywine and the industry as a whole. A lot of things that Howard did at the track. He also worked on the Delaware Development Board, which is now known as the DSOA. Certain things that he put into place for the industry are still used today, at least down in Delaware. I'm assuming possibly, nationwide. I'm not sure. But my main objective is to get them inducted in for what they did for the state and for the industry.
Now, Howard was your grandfather?
Yes, sir.
And who actually built the track?
Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller, along with C.J. Wyeth, Nicholas DuPont, and John Carpenter, to name a few of the families that helped build Brandywine.
Some people that had a few bucks, right?
Yes, sir.
Brandywine means a lot to so many people because it was right there on the Delaware-Pennsylvania state line on Naaman's Road, and it was such a great track. They don't build racetracks like that anymore, do they?
I haven't seen any that even can compare to Brandywine. In all the years that Brandywine is operation, the only track that truly gave us any competition was Roosevelt.
Brandywine's been closed for how many years now?
They closed in '89. I walked into the Delaware Sports Museum and Hall of Fame about 2 years ago, and this is what prompted me. There wasn't much at all on the industry as a whole, let alone Brandywine. Yes, they have Dover Downs and its founder, John Rollins, inducted, but it's more due to NASCAR, not the harness racing industry. And that's what I'm trying to highlight, because the sport itself and the industry itself has done so much for the state.
Thanks, Mike, and best of luck with that.
And now it's time for our News of the Week.
Thanks, Steve. You know, April 8th could be one of the most important days in harness racing history. Why? Glad you asked. It happens to be John Campbell's birthday. That's right. On April 8th, 1955, in London, Ontario, harness racing's leading money-winning driver of all time was born. Happy birthday to Hall of Famer John Campbell. Now, you know, summer is around the corner, so are you looking for something totally fabulous to do? Then you can join Team USTA and come on tour with the 2011 World Driving Championship and cheer on America's representative, Jason Bartlett. It's a 7-day tour. It takes you to Monticello, the Meadowlands, Harris Chester, Tioga Downs, and to Yonkers. Now, you get to just hang out and sightsee with 10 of the world's most famous and most talented drivers. There's a whole lot more details, so just go to world.ustrotting.com to find out some more information. You know, speaking of Jason Bartlett and Yonkers, we're going to head up to the Empire City when we return and head in the bike.
Classic rock and roll, free wide, giddy up, Lucky starts to heat up. Mercedes searching for daylight.
We're going to have a look at the limbs for the legendary, historic George Morton Levy Memorial Stake, which traditionally gets the greatest horses in the country, and this is no exception. There are 6, count them 6, so fasten your seatbelt. We're going to cover all 6 for you, okay? In the first, the 7th, Foreign Officer, the 8-5 chalk, beat Real Gentleman, the 2-1 second choice with George Brennan by a length in 152-4.
In the second one, the $2 million man, foiled again, doesn't disappoint in 154. He goes off the favorite with stablemate Diamond Joe Mindale from the Ron Burke stable, and they finished 1-2.
In the third limb, the 9th, Gallant Yankee, a slight 8-5 favorite with Jason Bartlett, grabbed the top just past the half, won by 2 open lengths and 153 flat over Gogo Solano off a 2-1 with Danny Dubé.
In the next $50,000 elim, LaHaye got a good trip with George, the Minister of Speed, Brennan. He guided the pacer home to a 154 and 2 mile. Forensic Z-Tam grabbed the place spot.
In the 5th limb, race 11, This Is Wyatt, obviously named after your son, was 2-5 with Eric Adele and just beat Blue Ridge Western off at 5-2 with Brennan, who cut the mile in 154 flat.
In the last limb, Blatantly Good won in 153, driven by Jason Bartlett, whose wife just gave birth to a baby boy a couple weeks ago. River Shark almost swam to victory on the front end, but he was caught at the wire.
Oh, whew, I am spent now. That's going to do it for the first edition of the inaugural 2011 PA Harness Week. We thank you so much for joining us. And for all of us here, including my partner Heather Moffett, Bruce Casella behind the camera, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Oh, they go.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside there.